what? I better start getting serious about this. Right? But yeah, so I started giving them sound bits. Then when the whole BloodRAH thing came, they had already been doing the film festival for 2-3 years. And he said, you know, this is going to sound weird, and feel free to say no, you know, but if we flew you out to Peoria, would you host this film festival? And I'm like, yes! Of course I would. Of course, and I looked forward to it every year because it was all independent horror films, feature length and shorts from around the world. And I knew every year I was going to see stuff there that was usually a lot more creative than anything you saw coming out of Hollywood. Anything. As a matter of fact, that is where I first saw the Saska sisters' first film, Dead Hooker in the Trunk. That was their first film. It was at the Drunken Zombie Film Festival. We just went, whoa, they're going to have a career. Right. These people are great. Right. So yeah, it was wonderful. I enjoyed doing it. There are whispers and things that it might come back under another name or something. I really hope so, because I'd love to go back and do it.
Those are super cool.
Oh, yeah.
So then how do you pick the movies that you're going to play in your work?
Well, it started out, I knew most of them just being a fan.
Oh,
you know, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Oh, I'm going to do The Brain That Wouldn't Die. I'm going to do Night of the Living Dead. I'm going to do Bela Lugosi Meets a Brooklyn Gorilla. I'm going to do all of these public domain films that I knew. But now, 9 seasons in, I've got to hunt a little bit and see, okay, what other public domain films are out there? Yeah. And I'm limited a little bit by the fact that the show, I want to keep the show family friendly. Absolutely family friendly. So I can't really do things like Driller Killer or, or Naked Massacre. You know, I can't do films like that. I've got to watch the nudity, got to watch the language. If it's not a lot, I can edit it out and work my way around it. But Naked Massacre would be 10 minutes. So there's no way to do that. So it takes a little bit of research. It takes a little bit of looking around in the kind of the online bargain bins, that kind of thing.
Right. So the public domain, that means that you can just play it on your.
Yes. Oh, yes. The budget for the show is essentially zero, so I cannot pay any licensing. Cannot pay any licensing. So all the stuff I do is public domain. Yeah.
And for it to be considered classic, is that like something that
Well,
it needs to be a classic to be on your show?
Oh no! Have you seen my show? No. I mean, films like I guess it depends on your definition of classic. But I've done The Beast of Yucca Flats with Tor Johnson and things like that, which is kind of a classic among B schlock films. The Devil Bat, the classic B schlock and that kind of thing. But I would say the true classics I've done are Night of the Living Dead, of course, Flying Night from Outer Space, classic. Brain That Wouldn't Die, like I mentioned, that's a classic film. Even though it's pure schlock, that's a classic film. But it's rare to find, I would love to do Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Hammer film, stuff like that, but the licensing fees, especially for broadcasting, there's no way to do it.
And so are they typically older horror movies, or do you do anywhere, those newer ones,
They're generally older, but I have done films from as recent as 1980, 81. So some stuff just falls into the public domain. The producers abandon it, the studio abandons it, or the studio folds and nobody buys it. So there's not really there's no time frame for the ones I pick. It's basically, is it horror, science fiction, or fantasy? I do very little fantasy films, but horror, science fiction, doesn't have a horror element in it, or kind of a mystery, dark house element to it. Is it something I enjoy? And if I enjoy it, and it's either just a good film that I want to present, or there's a lot of comedy meat there that I can dig into, then I'll go.
So can you tell us a little how you got into horror?
From a little... In the Bay Area, grew up watching Bob Wilkins on Creature Features. And was just, there you go, all right, yeah. And just fell in love with not only format of horror hosting, but the films that he showed. It was the first time I was exposed to the Universal classics, the Hammer horror, 1950s sci-fi, the Godzilla films,
Right.
all of that, and the way Bob presented it in this very calm kind of tongue-in-cheek, wry manner was just amazing. And I just fell in love with the films. Just fell in love with the films. Loved the whole concept of horror hosting. And again, never thought I was going to do it.
Right.
Never thought I was going to do it until the opportunity came up, and my subconscious mugged me and said, "Yeah, you're going to be a horror host."
Well, it is kind of cool that you got into horror films, with the horror hosting and eventually.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's the best way. It's undoubtedly the best way, and the best compliments I get on my show, because I'll fly out to Peoria and Fort Wayne where I'm on regular broadcast TV.
Right.
The best compliments I get on the show are from parents who say, "I grew up watching horror films, love them, and your show is a great way to introduce my kids to horror
Yeah,
films."
that's really cool.
Because I love the fact that there's somebody there to guide you through it
Right.
and show you the weirder aspects of it. And to, what were they thinking when they wrote
Yeah.
that? Did you notice that guy with the weird costume? Yeah, I just love doing it. I love sharing these films with people.
So can you give us just some of your your top 5 favorite horror films?
Oh, you mean that I've hosted or just in general?
Yeah, classic or either one. Like what you like or even the ones that you've done on the show.
Well, I mean, Night of the Living Dead is. I've hosted that film live at least 15 times, and it loses nothing. Even people, and I'm kind of shocked, every time I'll host it, I'll ask the audience how many people they've never seen this movie before. And I'll usually get 10 or 15 hands, but everybody else has seen it.
Right.
But at the end of that movie, if you've seen it 100 times or you haven't seen it at all, the audience is in shock.
Right.
They're just that. It's such a hard-hitting film. It's absolutely fantastic. Wonderful film. Like I say, the Universal films. Frankenstein, Dracula that started the entire Universal horror cycle, and was the very first supernatural horror film made in the United States.
Right.
The very first one. Everything else had that kind of Scooby-Doo ending. Yeah, it's a vampire. No, it's not. It's old Mr. Grimsby trying to scare the kids away from the castle. That kind of thing. This is the first one's like, no, he's a vampire. He's a real vampire. Yeah, right. That one started the whole thing. I really loved that. The original Little Shop of Horrors, which is more of a comedy,
Right.
but I've shown that, and I always love showing that to an audience because they're thinking, oh, we're just gonna see its old film, and it's a comedy. Maybe I'll laugh. Uproarious laughter. Every time I host that film, there's uproarious laughter because it's still fresh, and the comedy in that movie is subversive. Even for today, it holds up. Yeah. Two more. King Kong and the Mask of the Red Death. I don't know. And if you ask me 10 minutes from now, they'll all be good. It just depends on my mood. Always depends on my mood.
That's awesome. Does anyone have any questions or?
Yes.
What's a horror film that's impressed you that's come out within the last 5 years?
It's come out in the last 5 years.
Or throughout the
Did
2010s?
Did Sinister come out in the last 5 years?
I think so.
I really liked Sinister. I really enjoyed Sinister. I just recently saw the latest Halloween and had no expectations for it. I thought, another Halloween film. That was fantastic. That was great, and I loved how it threw all of the other sequels out the window. It's like, no. This is what happened to Laurie Strode and Michael after Halloween. I was very impressed with that film. I really enjoyed that. Let me think about another one. Sinister really impressed me. Going back, I know this wasn't within the 5 years, and this is another reason why modern horror I've kind of got a problem with is everything, almost everything, has to have a sequel. And that's not true. I remember seeing Saw. I saw it on TV after Saw 2 had already come out. Saw 2 was in theaters. I watched Saw, And at the end of the movie, I was standing up with my jaw on the floor, thinking, "Oh my God, this is a great film." And then I immediately became angry that they made a sequel. So why did they make a sequel to this? This was this perfect little, like, you know, Twilight Zone-esque story with a really shock ending. I don't need any more. I don't need to know any more story from this film. This is great, you know. So I'm much more, I will catch new horror films where I can and when I can, but I very often just rewatch the classics. Because so many of them are quoting from the classics. There's very little. Again, going back to the Drunken Zombie Film Festival, I saw way more new ideas and new concepts there, made for very little budget and everything, than I do the big budget things coming out.
Right. Because probably the big budget more, it's like about making money, and not really like the love of horror.
Yeah, and it's also, hey, is there a brand name that we can cash in on and make sure that we're not going to lose our shirts on this?
Right, because like how many Saw movies are there? 6?
And they're remaking, right? Aren't they remaking Saw again or rebooting it? Or
Yeah, with Chris Rock.
Huh?
With Chris Rock.
You're kidding, is that right?
He's directing.
Oh, he's directing it. Oh.
It's because he's been wanting to get into horror directing.
Oh, really? Oh, Get Out!
Oh,
Get
yeah.
Out! I love Get Out. I totally forgot about that film. I haven't seen Us yet. I want to see Us yet, but Get Out blew me away. I thought that was... And talk about a fresh concept and a great idea. Yeah, that was really good.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan-
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like in comedy.
Oh, yeah, Key and Peele, yeah. It's-
If you wanted to bring new light to horror, he was like, you know, there's no original concepts out anymore. That's what we want.
Exactly. I think you did. So I understand the Twilight Zone isn't doing too well. I saw the first 2 episodes. I thought these are pretty good. Maybe haven't heard any more.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Actually, Friday they announced 2 more Halloween movies.
Yeah, and I'm on board. I'm like, okay, if they're as good as this last one, let's see what you can do. Yeah.
Same director, same writer team.
All right. Cool. Any other questions? You know too much about me already.
We're like those seat fillers at the Academy Awards.
But she's they got the shit.
So we have 3 questions, our
Okay.
Hardly Heroes questions that we ask all of our panelists.
Okay.
So question number 1 is, who's your favorite superhero?
Oh. I gotta say Spider-Man. Yeah. Grew up really just, reading the Spider-Man comics. And,
Right.
Yeah, love Spider-Man. Batman is great. Too, but I gotta say Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Do you like the new Spider-Man?
Yes. Yeah, just saw Homecoming and thought it was, Far From Home.
Yeah.
Far From Home, I thought that was really good. I'm looking forward to the direction you're gonna take this Spider-Man in.
Right.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh.
It's tough.
Invisibility.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just to get away from everything for a while.
Just disappear from the
Don't bother me. Just disappear.
I kind of like invisibility to like creep around. It's not necessarily to get away. It's like to disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just kind of, not to be seen for a while. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. I'm gonna go. I would probably get invisible and go take a nap.
Right.
Just leave me.
rest.
That would be a good name.
That would be a good nap. Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
So this one's thinker. So in the zombie apocalypse,
Yes.
what would be your weapon of choice, but you cannot have a gun? No guns.
No guns.
It could be anything.
By gun, you mean anything that can shoot?
No firearms.
Projectiles.
No projectiles. Okay, so I was going to
Well,
say
it could be a projectile, but not like a.
Like a pop gun?
Or like a bow. Is that projectile?
Okay, so I was going to say a crossbow.
Yeah, you can have a crossbow.
Oh, crossbow.
But just feel like guns. Whatever that
A crossbow with explosive arrows.
Explosive arrows, I like that.
What a way to get rid of some damage.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Crossbow with explosive arrows. I think that would hopefully take care
That's
of it.
actually pretty good.
That is good.
I kind of want that one.
Because you got to figure a club or anything like that. You got to get too close.
You
don't
gotta
wanna
get way too close.
You risk not only.
You have a lot of strength.
Well, and you risk disease too. You know, if you get that close to it.
There's
Yeah.
a reload factor as well.
Right, exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
You don't want to get caught in mid-arrow load.
Well, like a crossbow and then like a 10-gallon drum. You're out.
So just real quick, so just let us know where can we find all of your stuff? So there's
Best thing to do is go to LordBlood-RAH.com. It's LORDBLOODRAH .com, and you find the TV schedules there, my live appearances there, everything that's happening with me. Where you can catch the show on Roku, streaming various things, all the events I'm going to be at. That's where you get all the information.
okay. All right. Well, anybody else? You got
Yeah.
anything else you wanna?
Let's see, I've got some shows coming up
Okay, cool.
at the Chenard Winery in Castro Valley, where I started.
Right.
I've got my 10th anniversary season coming up in August, and that starts August 3rd. I'm going to be showing an incredible film written and directed by John Stanley, and host of feature features called Nightmare in Blood. It's a great film about a vampire that hides in plain sight as a vampire actor at a horror convention in San Francisco.
That sounds awesome.
Fantastic film. It's a really good film. And John Stanley's going to be a special guest there.
Oh my gosh.
So we're
When
gonna-
is that?
That's August 3rd at the Chenard Winery.
Okay.
August 17th, I'm hosting Bela Lugosi Meets a Brooklyn Gorilla, which is like a Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis film from another dimension. You would swear it's Jerry Lewis, but it's not. Of course, Bela's being Bela. And then August 31st at the Chenard Winery, I'm doing a double feature of The Wolfman and Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman.
Oh,
So
wow.
2 of the Universal classics. Yeah. And then the weekend before that, I'm hosting 2 nights at the Godzilla Fest at the Balboa, which are, the dates are
23rd, 24th, 25th.
August 23rd, 24th, and 25th at the Balboa in San Francisco. And I know at least on Friday night, I'm hosting War of the Gargantuas and Frankenstein Conquers the World. And I'm not sure what I'm hosting Saturday night, but it's all
Correct.
Godzilla and Kaiju films.
Saturday night, you're hosting Godzilla King of the Monsters with Michael Dougherty.
Oh, that's right. I'm interviewing Michael Dougherty that Saturday night. I
Oh,
totally
yeah.
forgot about that. That's right. Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Say you're a red wine drinker or a white.
Oh, red.
Red.
Red. Yeah. Yeah. I like a good Zinfandel. Definitely. Yeah.
So tell me one more time where the winery is.
Chenard Winery. It's on Palomares Road in Castro Valley.
Okay, Castro Valley.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, if you go to LordBlood-RAH.com, all of that info is there.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
for coming
Thank
in.
you very much. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. That was fun. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.